Hello everybody, it's Hidden Flame. Welcome to a new series I'm gonna do. I don't even know how to pronounce the name of this game. Limbus? Anyway, it's part of the Lobotomy Corporation series. There are 3 games in the series so far. You got Lobotomy Corp, you have this one, and then you have another one that is not part of or has not been released yet. Saw something about it online, or it hasn't been translated yet, or something. But by the looks of it, it looks like it's meant to be part of a mobile game. So let me turn this down. There we go. So that's all I really know. But I went ahead and downloaded everything. Clear all Kathy. So I don't know what's going on here. But it looks like it's meant to be a mobile game since it says touch to start. But as you can see down here, it says, please help me get to 500 subs. That would be helpful. Do you see now? You cannot run from us. You dare interrupt me when I was engraving? You must be out of your... Yeah, there is no English translations or vocals. It's all in Korean. If you weren't being technical with what our master has planned, apparently isn't one of the city's taboos. It isn't. I mean, it's just that it's just the kind of thing that no one has ever dared to consider. You catch my drift? Would you look at that? So real quick, I'm a bit sick. So forgive me if I sound all nasally. You managed to get you managed to get a different head in. You managed to get a different head in so fast. Do people like you always come prepared? Just wait until I get the... You'll be no match for my... I guess the new noggin doesn't come with a mouth, huh? Yep, ticking is all I can hear. You think they're screaming on the inside? Ah! Oh, it's ticking faster, so I guess they can still feel pain. Why am I being attacked? Not good. Memories are dissolving already. The was done too quick. What, they've gone quiet already? Let's get this over with. Wolf, this is no place for one... This is a place no one visits. And somewhere none can see. What's the hurry? We must follow her teachings. We cannot drag on any longer. Yeah, but... This is the moment of a lifetime. We're not going to get a second chance to kill someone of this caliber. Lion, you have a tendency to grow too emotional during your jobs. I hope you show some discretion. That's a shame. I want to have a look at your face. I reckon you won't tell us where the star is, right? Like hell I am. I'm taking location to the grave. Damn it, where is supposed to be again? The memories are escaping me too quickly. Right. No mouth. Which in turns we won't learn how to acquire it from this person. Can I end them now? Sure. Huh? What is that noise? Don't tell me, Panther. Did you allow yourself to be tracked? Sounds like a car. No, there is no one that could have pursued me. Perhaps a wild animal? That is not the sound of a beast would make. It's a bus. How did it even end up here? Must have taken a wrong turn. The price they'll pay for taking the wrong road will be heavier than they expect. It bested Lion's strength. If my eyes are still right, then you will reach the Harbor of Glory. Who are you? That nameplate says Faust? You lost your way in the dark forest. I'm sorry, what? Yet you were not overcome with fear. Why is that? That's... I could simply lift my head to find the star. That's right. Now repeat with the heart. Now repeat with the heart what... Now, repeat with the heart what I tell you aloud as you remind yourself of that image. Follow your star. At that moment, I felt a sudden thump in my head, followed by the string of several chains penetrating my chest. Okay. Relax, though it may feel otherwise, your heart is still functional. With this, the pact has been sealed. I see sinner number 2. I wonder what this is. Dante, from this day forth, we are bound to your time. What do you... The beating of your hearts... No, the beating of our hearts depends on where your hands fall. Hope you'll make a fine leader. Our? None of... Is that really everything? A single apple has fallen. This guy's still not making any sense. The weight is killing me. Finally some action now? Well, I guess we could use a little warm-up. What is that wretch miserably writhing on the ground? Are they the newest addition to the team? You might want to watch your words. I hear that's our soon-to-be boss. The attack must have happened in an instant. I'm impressed. You've managed to hide your head. Who are you people? What's up with the bus? We are the bearers of justice who have come to your aid. And this is the magical bus that takes us wherever we wish to go. Justice bus? I don't... Wasn't that what you expected to hear? Either way, you're better off believing us... You're better off believing us to be your saviors. We're racing against time and the situation isn't in our favor, so let me explain this once. After some time passed, so if I'm not mistaken here, and I do as you say, those strangers will fight for me? Correct. As long as you give them the right orders. Alright, so we're killing these arrogant vandals dead. Then I'll go back to where I was. What was I doing? Where was I when I did that? Something extremely important was upon me. Something I shouldn't forget. Calm down. It's only natural to happen when you're with your current head. You should focus on the struggle at hand, Dante. Huh. Pardon? I'm not sure I should how to address you. Would Commander Clock suffice? In any case, we await your orders. Do we really need orders? Seems like going one-on-one is the only way. Hey! Quit running off your mouth. We need to crush them all. Please do your best, Dante. There's no two ways about it, I suppose. So I guess I gotta fight 5 of them? Is that what's going on? Sorry. Probably shouldn't be recording. Oh, we're fighting those 4. Okay. Allow me to show you the basics of management and combat. Command. You can give orders to the sinners by connecting chains on the dashboard at the bottom of the screen. Press and hold the gear on the left. From here, you can form a chain of skills all the way to the green. All the way to the gear on from the right. Okay. That's what it's telling me to do. After you form the chain of skills, press the right gear button to begin combat. It appears we need a powerful attack. Let's form a proper chain for it. Resonance boosts the damage of skills with the same sin affinity. Color, in other words. The power of each skill is boosted by the number of skills that come before it. That wasn't enough. We must strike even harder. Let's try our chains again. As we have covered, chaining 3 or more skills at the same affinity in succession causes absolute resonance. Every skill under absolute resonance receives a power boost based on the total number. Likewise, this boost especially shines when resonating skills.
좋은 전략이네요. 가보죠.
That lion is just brutal. You will find yellow stagger thresholds on the health bars of both your sinners and enemies. When your attack puts the HPs below the yellow line thresholds, they become staggered. While staggered, all physical resistance changes to fatal. If a unit's HP drops past multiple stagger thresholds in a single turn, their stagger level will increase. This stagger level can go up to 3. As it increases, the damage the unit takes, it's amplified. Well done. We've staggered an enemy. Now keep up. Okay. So, boom. We'll do that.
폭들을 제거하겠어.
What do we got? Well, it's purple and red and blue. Yeah, we'll do that.
전략이네요. 가보죠.
Oh, someone just took massive damage. Wow. Okay. I just got defeated. I think that's supposed to happen.
이해가 되지 않네.
I don't get it. This is what the Lions struggled against?
잠깐만.
Oh, hang on.
방금까지
I know this
싸웠던
kind of
사람한테
weird coming from
말해보지 마.
someone you were just fighting,
대화로 풀 수 있-
but I'm pretty sure we can talk this.
이건
This
이상적이지 않소.
is unideal. I know this was a ridiculous idea of putting up a fight against them. So our would-be rescuers just got brutalized.
다들 장난해? 난 시작도
Are you kidding? I haven't even... Wow. Okay. What the hell's going on? You said you'll fight in my stead.
이겨준다는 말은 안 했어요.
We never promised to win said fights. What?
그리고
And it seems that I'm the only survivor. Okay, so... You were waiting for this? You have some hidden card up your sleeve?
비장의 수.
Not necessarily a trump.
그죠.
Rather, it's about following the star.
단체로 자살놀이라도 하는 건가?
What's this, some kind of suicidal performance? Not the funniest lives to end. What am I supposed to do? They jumped in triumphantly only to die like flies. I can't even remember a thing about the past since I repeated what she said. This is how I died?
뱀에게 전해라. 거짓 사자.
Tell the serpent this, false lion.
이건 막을 수 없는 흐름이라고.
This flow cannot be stopped. But why? So whoever it is just kind of brutalized them.
내가 왜 팔다리만 잘라낸 줄 아나?
Do you know why I only dismembered those two?
그래야
Because at least one of you needs to be able to carry the rest out of here.
이곳을 벗어날 테니까. 달아난 팔과 다리를
And you're the one, only one left to help them, any of them.
붉은 시선.
The red gaze.
그렇게 노려보지 마.
Don't glare at me like that. This is nothing compared to what you did.
별것도 아니잖아. 그 정도 부상이면 위에서도 충분히
With wounds like those, I'm sure the boss will recognize that you did your part.
처럼 여기라고.
Consider them a medal of honor.
아니면
Unless
여기서 명줄을
you want this to be the end of your life. Who are you one of them? You're too late. They're already...
늦은 건 아무것도 없습니다.
No one is too late, Dante.
우리에게 필요한 건
There's only one thing we need.
되돌릴 시간.
A little time to rewind. I'm suddenly overwhelmed by a sharp pain in my chest, as though my heart was being torn asunder, followed by flashes in the ribs, intestines, stomach, and lungs. Engulfed by a deluge of torment, twisting and squeezing my entire body, I let an agonizing scream. In my fading, conscious, the only thing I could perceive Was the deceased's flesh reconstructing in a bizarre manner?
앞으로도 끝내지
You'll suffer a plenty from now on, Dante. Apparently the voice of the man with the red eyes. I hear a howl of a beast somewhere. It cries ceaselessly. It's wailing out of hunger, or
좀 찍으려. 일어난 걸까?
they're being itchy twitchy. Do they get up?
드디어 정신을 차렸군. 버티지 못하고 골러갔으면 조금
Why?
실망할 뻔했어.
What? Oh, you hush. You hush. Coda says hi. Awake at last. I would... I would have been a tad disappointed if you'd croaked on us.
상쾌한 아침. 나는야 버스 기사.
Fresh morning. This is Charon, the bus driver.
아침은 아니지만
It's not morning. I guess it could. But I could guess it's refreshing. How do you feel, Dante? Well, I tick tock like a clock. Some language barrier this is. You may call me Regardless. If you cannot understand what I'm saying, or if you can't understand what I'm saying, give some kind of reaction, Dante. You give him a quick nod since he doesn't seem hostile. Good, at least your hearing is functional. Let's ride, Charon.
출발할게.
Now departing, vroom vroom. There was a heavy roar and vibrations, as though they echoed from the bottom of a deep mire. It was then I realized I was aboard a bus. A bus. I can't be sure if I've ever ridden such a vehicle in the past. Do you remember who you were? I shook my head to say no. I had been reminded that my head was now a clicking mechanism. I suppose you want your memory back, am I right? Yep. I nodded. Sure felt like an idiot. Smooth as it gets. What's to stop the rest of you from adopting this gesture-based communication? Any words? Any words of yours, Miss Faust? Meow. Meow.
파우스트는 사양하고 싶어요.
Faust will kindly turn down the offer.
저희가 매끄럽게 몸으로
I doubt we'll have much freedom over our own bodies most of the time. She's the one who spoke to me back in the forest. Her silver hair is glistening without sunlight gives off a rather mysterious air.
단테.
Dante. Come to think of it, Red-Eyed Man had been calling me that too.
단테는 당신의
Dante
이름이에요.
is your name. The amnesia must be affecting you rather severely. Sure looks like it. That does sound like a familiar word.
점차 익숙해질 거랍니다.
Yeah, you'll get used to it in time. Wait, you can understand me? The group that attacked me earlier, and that Virgie, or whatever he was called, seemed to hear nothing but ticking from me.
파우스트에게는 제대로 된 단어로 들린답니다.
Foss can hear what you intend to speak. You really can, but how? I don't even have a real mouth.
그런 구시대적인 발상은
Outdated ideas must be one of the side effects that came with your head replacement.
성대나 혀 따위의 발성기관이 있어야만 대화를 할 수 있다는 건
An anachronistic.
시대착오적인 이야기죠.
It's anachronistic to think that the vocal organs, such as the cords or tongue, are necessary to participate in conversation. Anachronistic. Right. Never considered that. What does that word mean? I have to look it up. And I don't have anything near me to do so. I'll look later.
당신의 말은 한 사람에게만 보낼 수도 있고
Actually,
모두에게 전달할 수도 있답니다.
I'll just do this. Anachronistic, belonging to a period other than that being portrayed. Belonging or appropriate to earlier period, especially as it seems conspicuously old-fashioned. Ah, okay. Anachronistic is old-fashioned. Cool. The bus is called Metastopheles. Okay. Who's Metastopheles? All these things are... Oh, good grief. Okay. Metastopheles, also known as Mephisto, is a demon featured in German folklore. He originally appeared in literature as the demon in the Faust legend and has since become a stock character in folklore. And Faust is the protagonist of said German legend. He made a pact with the devil. Okay. So Faust and Metastopheles are I don't know. I don't know German folklore. I'll have to dig into that. You can limit the receipt of your words, or simply the words, to one person, or you can choose to speak to everyone at once. A little clarification. When I say everyone, I'm only referring to the sinners. Sinners.
당신의 뒤에 앉아 있는
People who have taken seats behind you.
방금까지
And the ones who fought in your stead until moments ago. So thou art the final piece that completes our journey's cast. And now, how I've yearned for this moment.
형씨, 머리통은 어디다가 팔아넘겼어?
Say, pal, where'd you sell your old cranium off?
당신이었군요. 당신 덕에
So was you.
박살나 있던 척추가
Thanks for
말끔하게
putting my
돌아왔어요.
spine back in one piece.
혹시 둥지에서 의사 일이라도 했나요?
Were you a surgeon or something in the nest?
다들 닥쳐라.
Everyone, quiet.
잡음이 겹치는 것만.
No one is more displeasing to hear a choir of noise. Nothing is more displeasing to hear a choir of noises.
자기 소개가 필요한 시점.
I suppose you all owe them a brief introduction.
그럼
I'll give you time to make yourselves known, starting with the closest one.
앞에 앉은 것부터.
Go on. Why is it the ones in the front that goes first? Sick of taking on this sort of lead now.
당신이 우리를 이끌
Heard you're gonna be our boss. Yeah, our manager. Manager.
그래.
Yep, which is why I was real curious to meet you, and forming the right sentences is tough work.
역시 뭔가 말을 만드는 건 어려워. 머리통은 어디 팔아먹었는지 모르겠지만
Don't know what to say with your old head, but I guess everyone has their own story.
나는 그레고르라고 한다.
I am Gregor.
잘 부탁한다.
We're in this together, manager bud. Gregor, the sinner, is relatively easy to handle in terms of personality. However, an upsurge of emotion or a sudden change of environment can cause parts of or the whole of his body to transform into insectile. Insectile, notably akin to a carapace, resembling that of the tissues. If you do not wish to be a rude manager, not that you're obliged to be nice, we recommend keeping your facial expression in check so that your disgust is not visible to him. He sometimes uses cynical language, but he can still be reasoned with. If you can get around him without much difficulty, as long as you learn the knack of it. Greg, they aren't just your buddy or pal. You're taking to a person who will make us filthy rich.
그래?
Greg. Rich? What are you talking about? Let's see. What's better? Dante. Don't mind me if I call you by your name. You can call me Rhodia. Rodan. Unfortunately, the unfortunate traits of being a backstreet's born apparent in the Sinner. She loves money, gambling, and betting. It is advised to pay close attention to her as the manager. She tends to deflect orders with an imperative wink or silly joke. We recommend a stern stance at times to remind her that you are her superior. Her mood may go down at irregular intervals. There is nothing you can do to aid her at that state. So we recommend waiting for it to pass.
난 당신이 우리의 관리자가 된대.
I think there's a, good reason behind you becoming our manager.
분명 원래는 둥지에 굉장한 사람이었겠지.
I'm sure you're
그때 버릇을
used to being a big deal
내비쳐도
back at the nest,
우리한테
right?
돈이 주르륵 들어올 생각을 하니?
When your old habits start coming back, we'll be much closer to rolling in the dough. She does have sociability, I'll give her that.
아차, 내 정신 좀 봐. 예,
Oh, gosh, look at me going on. Hey, kid, you're up next.
안녕하세요.
Good day.
시시해.
Ah, boring. That's it. I am Sinclair.
클레어라고.
Even with the volatile nature of human growth around his age taken into consideration, this sinner seems to get particularly startled or frowned when spoken to. He isn't used to real combat at the moment, meaning that he may struggle to keep himself together at the sight of something as mild as split innards at first. As they may be those with violent tendencies among your crew, we recommend taking an approach focused on positive reinforcement with this sinner. He appears to possess a murderous gaze that he himself isn't aware of. This is a hopeful sign that he has the potential to grow into an expert of our company's profession with the right stimuli. The boy looks awfully unnerved. Did he join this company for his own accord?
더 해야
Is there
할
anything
말이
else I
있나?
need to say? I've never worked for a company before.
뭐 앞으로 남은 날은 많을
Well, you did
테니까.
learn the ropes you'll learn the ropes in the coming days.
그럼 거기
Okay, then.
친구가 다음 타자하자.
How about you next, nerdy pal?
이상이라.
I am Yi Seng. Formerly the youngest chief researcher at the wing, this center possesses higher intelligence compared to most others. We estimate that everyday conversation with this center will prove difficult for managers selected by our current screening process. Avoiding communication altogether will pose a risk of its own. However, if the center remains silent for too long, that means he is currently processing the line of deliberate thought. We recommend waiting patiently for him. That's it. No smoke or mirrors. I waited for him to reveal that he was pulling a prank or something, but he just stared vacantly into the window, disinterested.
답답하네요.
I can't believe you people.
사회생활의 첫걸음은
Aren't
인사잖아요.
proper introductions the first step of being a member of society?
저를
Call me
이스마일이라고
Ishmael,
불러주세요.
if you please. You may be disheartened by the defective state of many of your sinners, but do not worry. The center of this sinner is one of the few who can carry out most missions without much complaint. She is likely to make reasonable judgments, so it is a good idea to start conversations while looking her way if you're seeking sound advice. However, you must not forget, this sinner has survived the absurd voyage in a far and wide body of water. Her patience may run deep, but once you take a wrong turn with her, it'll be difficult to regain her trust.
당신 덕택에 동강난 몸이 돌아왔다고
I heard you
앞으로도
glued our bodies
잘부탁해요.
back together from pieces. I look forward to working with you. She gave a polite bow before returning to her seat. Although she emphasizes sociality. Or is that society? No, it's sociality. Or social. Bleh. Words are hard. She didn't even feel like the most amenable. She didn't feel like the most words.
나는 사회생활하고는 거리가 좀 멀어서.
Sorry to disappoint, I do not care about fitting in.
히스클리프.
Name's Heathcliff.
멋대로 부수고 깨부수는 일은
Used to be a professional wrecker for property and people alike. The Center prefers to take action rather than to wait for logic to dictate its course. Oh, that is hard to read. His thoughts and feelings are blatantly visible with his demeanor, and he has no intention of hiding them. His rashness may cause headaches or physical injuries leading to headache, and in the process of forming a relationship. Please do note that this is not an indication of serious damage to the sinner's thought process. If his fits of rage persist, please contact Human Resources Department. Once you realize that he is the type that tends to be simple-minded, you'll have an easier time handling him.
누가 시켜서가 아니라 거슬리는 것들에게 하고 다니는.
Not under anyone's orders, mind you. I only did it to buggers who get on my nerve.
당신도 조심하라고.
So you better watch it.
나는 윗사람이라고
I am deathly allergic to
거리는
cocky
사람한테
gaffers who think they can boss me around. I don't think I've done anything to give him that impression yet. Don Quixote.
돈키호테일세.
This is my turn to speak. I am Don Quixote. There is no sinner that can outmatch this one's level of passion if we're to measure it. An avid aficionata of all things fixer, she adorns herself with a variety of fixer-related merchandise. They won't affect her performance in combat one way or another, so there's no need for you to restrict her from keeping her decorations. She is deeply immersed in her role as a righteous fixer, hence the exaggerated mannerisms akin to those of an actor. Has such a thing ever existed, really? It is advised to play along with her for smooth mission. I am a fixer who shall spirit the dreams side by side. A pleasure to have thee. A fixer, that definitely feels like a term I used to know.
해결사 말인가? 내가 대답해줄 수 있네.
Do thou wish to know what it is? I can answer thy question. Fixers are protectors of the city.
아, 도시에 대해서도 제대로 기억하지 못하겠군. 도시는
Perchance thou must struggle to remember the city. Tis,
나는 가벼운
I believe I said it was for brief introductions.
두번 말하게 하지
Don't make me say it twice. Next.
홍루라고 한답니다. 잘해보자.
My name is Hong Lu. Hope we get along well. A sinner who has lived an affluent life before becoming a company's asset, such as he has a certain admiration for a free life. But occasionally, he may make ignorant or unsavory questions in regards to the food cooked by a certain other sinner or other aspects of low lives, lowly culture. This can cause significant irritation for other sinners. However, it is important to note that no sarcastic undertones are contained in his curiosity-driven inquiries. So it is ill-advised to let them get So it is ill-advised to let them get physical over it.
우와, 당신.
Oh, look at you.
근사한데요? 요새 유행하는
Isn't that a
모델인가요?
fascinating head there? A popular model these days, I suppose. No, this isn't the kind of...
제 취향은 아니지만.
Not of my interest, though.
저건 무슨 말싸가지야?
The hell's wrong with your attitude? Heathcliff looked to be just moments away from swinging his bat. But when he realized the red gaze laid on him, he grunted and sat back down.
요슈.
I am the Ryoshu. As they say, every person has their own creed. And it's only right to respect it as the executive manager. But with some creeds, you'll have difficulty in even simply pretending to sympathize. You will have noticed that the sinner in question is a silent chain smoker, whose eyes shine with an euphoric glaze only during battle. But she believes that senselessly destroying an enemy's head is an uncultured act and a step backwards for art. Caution, this sinner's background is one even our company may have trouble handling. It is advised against making her breed personal resentment towards you.
요르슈쿠.
Shure's nice to meet you. At what point was I supposed to laugh?
메르소, 그렇게 불러주시겠습니까?
Mirasalt. Please refer to me as such. Once clear and concise commands regarding no judgment on his part. Simple and sweet. You're pretty polite.
특별한 것이 아닙니다.
This isn't anything special. I'm simply behaving normally. I'm almost touched. Merci.
네.
Yes. I felt as if it felt as if something were gravely amiss with him, but I cannot pin it down exactly. The way she scanned me up and down was a little daunting. Almost compelled to bow to her, but she stopped me with a motion of her head. Please, I would never make a manager grovel before me. My name is Otis. I would like to apologize for my rudeness earlier. The sinner could serve as an excellent advisor depending on your capability. However, she has a meddlesome tendency. So it is recommended to keep her satisfied with short replies of agreement. She is also an expert when it comes to tactics and various pearls of wisdom about life, making her advice all the more valuable on your mission. In addition, she possesses a vast knowledge of workshop technologies. You could trust her with simple repairs of the bus. Notice, unlike other sinners, assessing records pertaining to the past of this sinner is not permitted. Warning. Keep an eye on this sinner and beware that she does not exercise her cunning intellect for purposes other than completing our company's mission. Rudeness. Oh, please, your generosity is humbling in sight. I knew at first glance that you have what it takes to lead us. Sorry? While most humans cause noise or friction as a result to confrontation, some are able to reap mutual benefit from coming head to head. It can be compared to the relationship between a blade and a whetstone. I vow to serve with an unrivaled devotion. Executive Manager, my blade is yours to wield. That's reassuring, thanks. I gave her an appropriate nod, even though I still don't get what she meant by her rudeness.
아까 숲에서는 불쌍하게 나뒹군다고 말하더니
I'm amazed how you can sing such bold-faced high praise not too long after calling them a miserable writhing wretch. I think I see now. Well, it seems I'm the last. Faust is the name. The sinner who is devoted to the engine of Mephistopheles, the bus operated by Limbus Company. She claims that there is no one in the city who could rival her library of knowledge and wisdom, and she isn't necessarily wrong. You might find her high and mighty attitude when she allows you to converse with her displeasing. But as seen with how she treats everyone with the subtle gestures of arrogance, there is no hope for her parting with it. Ever. We recommend simply nodding at once and getting over it. Even when she has an unparalleled even though she is an unparalleled genius, we cannot figure out how to use this one. Perhaps you could be the one to figure it out?
당신의 인생 중 한 번만
A genius
한 천재죠.
with whom you're lucky to cross paths even once in your life.
납득하지 못한 듯한 반응이군요.
Sounds like you aren't even convinced, Dante.
괜찮습니다.
Well, that's fine.
경험을 통해 차차 이해할
You'll
수
come to
있을
learn
거예요.
in all due time. Learn what?
파우스트가
That
진정한
Foss is indeed a
천재였다는
brilliant
사실만
mind.
관측자가 깨닫지 못한다 하여
With a proverbial
사실이
when a
진실이
proverbial
되는 일은
tree
없습니다.
falls, the fact of its sound cannot become truth when the outside observer fails to recognize it. Okay,
소개는 여기까지.
that's enough. That's enough greetings. Dante, let me explain your new occupation. You mean as the manager?
관리자를 말하는 거냐고.
They're asking if the job you are about to explain is that of a manager. Come to think of it, that red-eyed man couldn't hear me, unlike the sinners.
맞습니다. 관리자 단테.
That is correct, Executive Manager Dante. You will embark on a trip into the Inferno with the 12 sinners who you've just been introduced themselves. The Inferno? Why should I go to hell?
자신이 지옥으로
They're asking why do they need to travel into the Inferno. How about this? Treasure awaits at the end of the road. Would that suffice? You mean I used to be a treasure hunter or something?
아예 알아듣지 못하는
They can't seem to get you at all.
이해를 요구한 건 아닙니다, 단테.
I did not ask for your understandings, Dante, nor was this a question of your willingness.
기억과 머리를
You'll have to listen to
펼쳐보시고
me if you want to reclaim your memories and original head. I mean, I do want them back, but
미적거리네요.
they're hesitant.
파우스
Miss Foss,
단테가 계속해서
what will we
거부하면
do if Dante keeps refusing to cooperate?
거부할 거란
This is not a scenario we anticipated.
무슨 말씀을? 파우스트는 모든 것을
Preposterous.
예상한답니다.
Foss anticipates every possibility.
단테,
Dante, once you've completed all your missions,
당신이
you'll be
선물을
able
쓰실
to
수
engrave the aspect.
있습니다. 제가 보증하죠.
I can promise you that. Aspect, a word that strikes my mind intensely. Even though my memories are gone, my underlying instincts are responding strongly to it. Led by intuition, I make my choice.
보이죠?
See there?
고개가 끄덕이잖아요.
They're nodding.
좋아.
Good.
계속하면
Then we can
되겠어.
continue.
그런데 카론,
By the way, Karan,
아까부터 왜
why isn't the
출발을
bus
안
moving?
했지?
Are you dozing off?
저런
버스 기사는 졸음 쉼터에서만
The bus driver only snoozes at rest spots for
내피 앞에
weirdos were hanging around in front of Mephi.
카론
I
말했잖아.
told you, Karan, if
버스에
anything
무슨
happens
일이
with the
생기면
bus, you've got to
꼭
let me
알려야
know
하는
right
거야.
away. Mephi, who's that?
메피스토펠레스.
Mephistopheles.
버스를 구동하는 엔진의 이름.
The name of this bus and the engine that runs it. And Foss's magnum opus
파우스트의
cordis.
신뢰를 기울인 역작이죠.
지옥을 순환하게
An ideal ferry
만나는
ferry boat to bear us across the inferno.
그렇게 생각하지 않습니까?
Wouldn't you agree, Dante? I wasn't sure what he was getting at, so I just turned away and looked through the window instead of giving him a reply.
보아하니 뒷골목에 기거하는 익숙한 쥐새.
Looks like they're just another pack of dirty rats living in the back
마침
streets.
잘 됐습니다. 단테.
This is just the right time, Dante. They should make perfect targets for practicing your command.
단테, 처음 전투에서는 생략한 부분이 많았어요.
I've skipped over many details of our first battle.
제대로 설명할 시간이
We are short on time after all.
하지만 그런 식으로만
However,
전투를
we'll be slaughtered frequently if no improvements are made to your strategy.
당신은 우리를 살리기
And
위해
I'll turn,
끊임없는 고통을 느껴야만 하겠지.
and in turn, you'll have to endure senseless pain over and over again to revive us. Bane, revive? You mean what happened earlier was... Yes, we were brought back to life because you turned back the clock.
우리는
당장 필요한
I don't believe that much is necessary, Miss Foss.
자잘한 담소.
Save the chatter for later. Sinners, off the bus.
전투에 대한 설명을 이어가죠.
Allow me to elaborate in combat. So, we gotta fight these three again, huh? Okay, you can send every sinner into battle at once, yes. But commanding so many personnel at once will not be easy task. Therefore, I will inform you that the appropriate number of participants, depending on the particularities for each battle for this occasion. For this occasion, 5 sinners is an appropriate force. Select sinners you would like to deploy into this battle. You can select the lower half of each card to deploy. First, select on Floss.
따라가겠어요.
Precise work. Select the rest of the sinners you would like to deploy for this encounter.
내가 필요해.
Oh,
앞장서시오.
I'm being forced to.
문제 없.
최선을 다해.
Okay.
하라고.
I don't get a choice this time.
뭐 최선은 다해 보겠다만.
Oh, not those original 3. Okay. All actions are dictated by the speed value. Okay. Speed is a random number chosen from the range given each turn. The positions of units are rearranged by every turn according to their speeds. Those with lower speeds are placed in the front, making them easier targets. Oops. I just hit a button. But I'm still recording. Okay. 1, 2, 3. You know, straight across.
컵들을 제거하겠소.
Before using a skill, characters will flip a coin to determine its final power value. Higher power means higher damage. The number of coins indicates how many attackers are made. 2 coins means 2 hits. Before using a skill, characters will flip coins to Usually, if a coin lands on heads, the power will be added to its power level. Looks like the skill will be strengthened this time. The added power over the next coin toss. At the start of each turn, a skill slot will be added for its center in order. A skill slot will be added for a center in the order they were deployed, placing the team setup regardless of the center, if the center is staggered, in panic, or E.G.O corrosion. Okay. So, we're going to do green. When a center... A slash occurs when the 2 characters attack each other. But the side with the higher power wins, removing 1 coin from the loser. If both sides of the coins, still have coins, more clashes will occur until one side loses all its coins. The side with that loses their coins will have their attack skill canceled. The winner will then attack the remaining coins, getting a damage bonus based on the number of clashes. In a clash, yes, I just learned that. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, it's that. Let's go.
행동을 개시합니다.
No. Oh, no, remember the third game was some kind of library. I have it on my wish list somewhere. I might play it later. Or one day. As soon as I finish Lobotomy Corp. Good lord. That game is hard to beat. The blue orb next to the character's health bar indicates their sanity, or SP. It has a range of -45 to +45. The units with a higher sanity have the chance of their coin flips leading heads. Defeating enemy boosts sanity, while allied deaths will harm sanity. Enemy units at low sanity may fall into states of low morale or panic. You can view the effects of ailments on the... Okay. Ah, okay. Or press and hover over the icons. Okay. All of our foes have fallen into panic. Here's our chance. Give your orders specific direction. Okay. Purple, purple. I see that blue.
곡들을 제거하겠소.
Nice. Victory.
아까보다는 쓸만해 보이는군요.
You're looking more useful than before, Dante. Well, they all got away. They all got away except for one, though. Should we go after them?
놓친 적을 걱정.
They're worried over the foes we lost.
걱정할 건 없습니다.
No need for concern. That's the direction
마침 가야 할 길이었으니
we were headed anyway.
가로운
Charon.
발판을 꽂고
Charon
기분으로 달릴게.
is the ferryman across the river Styx. Is this just Dante's Inferno? If that is, it's going to be very interesting very quickly. What's the matter, Coda? Pedal touches metal. Up for exciting ride. The sinners you have deployed in the last encounter will automatically be selected for the next, saving you the trouble of selecting them again. Feel free to change them before entering the next battle, however.
따라갈 준비는 끝났습니다.
Doesn't even let me. Please perform a chain of skills. I have more to teach you. Okay. This is a long tutorial. Oh, it's already been an hour. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Attack type. Oh, God. We're going to have to look at this, too. Skills have a major properties. They're attack type, and sin affinity. The attack types are slash, pierce, and blunt. Affinities are wrath, lust, gluttony. Yeah. 7 deadly sins. Combined with resonance, attack types, and affinities determine the damage of skills. Here you can check the attack type and affinity of each sinner skills. You can see the resistances and weaknesses of each unit. The hooligan is valuable to slash attacks.
금방 다녀올게.
Oh dear, everybody's attacking at once now. Okay. You can also use defensive skills to deal with an enemy's offense. Defense skills activate against the enemy paired with. If the defensive skill isn't paired, it will activate when the unit is subject to an opposing attack. Unlike attack skills, defense skills may need to be generated. Let's generate the Scarred skill first. If you would be so kind to press Gregor's point. Okay. Guard creates a shield with health equal to its power value. This shield will absorb incoming damage first. Using a guard multiplies times in a single turn will have it activate many times. Okay, good. The guard skill will be generated. Let's do the same for a counter skill. Okay. Unlike the other defense skills, counter has an affinity and will generate its corresponding E.G.O resource. When using a counter, it will launch an unopposed attack after being hit. However, the unit cannot launch a counter while staggered. Okay. Gut Gamak. Now we need evade. Hit Fossis. Okay. When using evade, the character will dodge if the evade's final power value is greater than or equal to the oncoming power attacks. The attack will hit them with full force if the evade's power is lower, so be careful. Now use these skills. Now these skills will have been generated without a problem. Now utilize them and continue the battle. Okay. It's telling me to do that, so let's do it.
폭들을 제거하겠소.
지금이 기회입니다.
Did it? Okay.
행동을 개시합니다. 지금이 기회입니다. 당연한 결과죠.
Okay, what do we got? I see a lot of blue there. That's right.
폭들을 제거하겠소.
가라앉는군요. 지금이 기회입니다. 당연한 결과죠.
손쉽구만.
Not bad.
잠시만요.
Give me a second.
뭐죠?
What is it?
저는
I joined this company because I was told that I'll be able to advance my career without slowing down.
그런데 지금은
But right now, it's nothing but meaningless violence, like we're rats or something.
의미가 없진 않소.
I object to this meaninglessness.
아니지 않소.
They were evildoers who attacked us.
시끄러워요. 좀 조용히 좀 해봐요.
Please just be quiet for a moment.
아무튼
Anyway,
이런
if we're all going to
용역 같은 행동만
do is
명령할
beat up
거라면
people under orders like hired thugs,
고민해봐야 할 것 같아요.
I'll have to consider changing jobs sooner or later.
입사 계약서를 제대로 안 읽으셨나요?
Haven't you read your contract?
회사는
Resignation is not permitted.
계약하면서 말한
Do you think the
이야기가
contract
거짓말이라도
has any
그
sway
계약이 효력이 있을 거라
if it's
생각하는
based on
건가요?
lies?
당연히 효력이 있죠.
Of course it does.
애초에 거짓말은
There were
없었어요.
no lies in it.
네?
설마 제가
You didn't think Mephistopheles was built
그저
to be a
운송만
mere
버스로
means of
만들었을 것
transportation,
같은데.
did you?
루피는 항상 배고프다. 그래서
Mephi is always hungry and he keeps crying. The bus gets hungry?
엔진이 연료를
When the
섭취할 때
engine
생기는
ingests
그
fuel, it yields a byproduct.
상황. 여러분은 그걸 통해
Using that, you
강해질
can
수
grow
있어요.
more powerful.
이상 씨는
I'm
잘
sure
알고
Yang
계시겠죠?
Xing knows this well.
거울 속에서
When all
모든
possibilities
가능성이
are
끄집어내는
drawn from the mirror,
성장 또한 제약이
there is no limit to one's growth.
거울 속에 나는 나인가 아니면 또 다른 누구인가?
In this, is the self in the mirror my reflection, or another being entirely? Possibilities. What you draw? What exactly? Uh-oh. One of Mephistopheles' various functions is extraction. You can collect various identities and ego from there. Okay. Select extract. Okay, this is where all the Gacha stuff comes in. Okay. Oh, okay.
누구보다 신속하게 그들에게 침묵을 안겨드리죠.
You have acquired a new identity. Collecting identities and ego will contribute to improving combat performance. Now let us return to battle. The battles can be assessed via the drive window. Off to Inferno. Select the top part of, okay. Oh, edit team. From this menu, you can select one of the identities you've extracted to deploy them into battle. Please select the newly acquired Ishmael. Well done. Selecting personalities appropriate for the particularities. Yeah. To each battle. Okay, fine.
목표인가요? 손쉽죠. 그렇군요.
This
이런
it.
걸 의미했던
I see.
건가요?
This is what it was about.
너무 마음이 급할 필요는 없어요.
There's no need to get impatient, Ishmael.
버스가 향하면 자연히
As the bus goes onward, you naturally
시정잡배 같은 일보다
will naturally take on more important tasks than beating the life out of random crooks.
목표에 도달하는 게 마음을
I know you're eager to achieve your goals, but
참아보라고.
do try to have patience.
거울 세계에 있는 우리들의 모든 가능성 중 하나를 끄집어내는
Since
것은
this works by whisking out one of the limitless possibilities from the mirrored world, you'll have overridden part of your
곧
memories.
익숙해질 거예요.
You'll get used to it in no time.
뭐야?
Whoa, hang on.
위험해 보이는데.
Sounds a bit dangerous, doesn't it?
이러다가 내가
What if I'm no longer my old self by the end?
여러분은 테세우스의
Don't mistake
배가
yourselves for the ship of Theseus.
인격과 기억을 빌리기는 하겠지만
While it's true that you'll borrow identities and memories from the system, it's designed to ensure that you do not lose control of your own
거울에
existence.
비추는 나는 사뭇 다를 수 있으나
Different,
거울 밖을 벗어나면
different
거울
through your
속의
reflection,
존재도
though your reflection may be, it is bound to vanish once you walk away from the mirror.
저희가 어떻게 성장할지는 단테 씨에게 달렸어요.
Our capability grows ultimately depending on you, Manager Dante.
거울 세계의 다양한 가능성을
It is up to you to place the most effective
더
figment
쉬우는 일을 하실 거예요.
of possibility on us at the right times.
메타몰프시스를 말하는 건가?
I believe that's what you call metamorphosis.
일종의
Yeah, I suppose you could call it that.
변신이라 할수
That it's a
있죠.
form of transformation.
뭐뭐? 그런 어려운 단어는 어디?
Golly, where do you learn big words like that?
주워들었다.
Picked it up. My prior profession required me meeting people with various occupations.
헌신이라.
Verwaddling, huh?
담소는 끝난다.
Done chatting?
일단 갤버트
Let's make the way first.
어차피 지겨울 정도로 붙어 있을
You'll
테니.
spend more time together than you'll have ever asked for, so keep the convo for later. Okay. I think I'm getting close to the end of the tutorial, or at least I hope so. Each character has a skill set. This is the list of skills we draw. Okay.
임무 중에 찾아오시면 안 되는데.
Press the character to open the info tab. Each center you control has their own group of skills. A number of them from the skill sets will randomly be selected on the dashboard. Use skills are treated as discarded. From the set, they will not reappear until after every other skill set has been used, thus refilling it. Additionally, the skills have an offense level. In clashes, the differences in offense levels may affect the outcome. That should cover the basis of the Skinner skills. Now give them yours.
좋아, 간다.
Oh, come on. How much of this is there in this game? Besides skills, your sinners have passive abilities. Sinners have their combat passives active. Sinners who have not directly participating in battle will provide aid with their support passives. To put the theory in practice, activate the passive by chaining 2 pride skills. Okay, what are pride skills? No. Hang on. Oh, okay. That one started. This portion will indicate that what passives are active. Passives active when you possess a certain number of E.G.O resources or chain skills of certain affinities to cause resonance.
폭들을 제거하겠소. 폭의 거울은 깨졌소.
완전한 침묵.
Our current encounter comes with multiple waves. To help with this, your sinners possess powerful skills called E.G.O, manifest by resonating their emotions. Use E.G.O to use E.G.O resources. You can view the E.G.O resources you currently have stockpiled on the right. As this is your first time at hand, I have collected necessary resources for you. This is a special power. You'll need to gather them on your own for now on. The sinners who currently use E.G.O will be highlighted. Okay. E.G.O skills must be generated in the dashboard, much like defensive skills. Press and hold the highlighted portrait. Press the icon of the E.G.O you want to use. Consume E.G.O resources generated and generate an E.G.O icon skill on the dashboard. E.G.O skills can be canceled by tapping on the portrait twice once they have been added to the dashboard. The E.G.O skill will be canceled and your resource will be refunded. On top of requiring E.G.O resources, E.G.O takes a toll on the center sanity. Why must it be so much? At low sanity, the sinner may suffer from ego corrosion. Sinners corroded by ego will ignore your commands. So ensure that your sinners are in good mental health. After using an ego skill, its passive ability will activate on the next turn, so further empower the sinner for the rest of the battle. Make good use of the passive abilities that ego has to offer. The ego overclock can be stable or unstable depending on the resources available. Overclocking spends 1.5 times the ego resources, and SP the ego skills cost usual cost. To overclock the ego skill, you need to possess at least the base ego resource cost. If you have the base cost that is not enough for overclock, the overclock cost will be subtracted from your possession beyond 0. Enough! God! Ah! I swear, it's gonna be like a 2-hour tutorial. The unit can be corroded. It can still be corroded upon overclocking. In this case, only the base ego resources cost will be consumed. Stable overclocking ego skills have the same effects and damage values as the corrosion skill, while being able to distinguish allies from foes. Unstable overclock skills carry the risk of targeting indiscriminately and have the same effects and values of the corrosion skill. Thank God. Okay, well, oh, that's cool. Okay, it's a blue skill, so boom, 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 boom. Attack skills can be used as a single target or multi-target. The latter is called AoE skills. Yes, I know. Seems the ego is about to play an AoE skill. I know how AoEs work. Jeez.
금방 다녀올게.
모든 결과들은 하우스트가 알아요.
다음은 침묵을 안겨드리죠.
Utilizing ego will be an important part of your strategy. Before we proceed, allow me to introduce you to a useful feature. You can now let the game change auto battle, really? You can now let the game chain skills for you. Chains will be automatically chosen depending on what buttons you press. Oh, okay, so most damage, best chance to win.
금방 다녀올게.
It's basically an auto battle.
침묵. 완전한 침묵.
한 건 했다. 맛있는 거 준비해줘, 단테.
I'm not a fan of auto battle, but it is what it is.
길이 열렸어.
Well, it's clear,
베르,
but Verg,
어떻게
Mephi
달리기만
could have
했어도
run
길은 뚫렸을 거야.
just run them over fine. Huh? What did I fight for then? Sensing rattling agitation in my features, Vargas stepped in.
진정하시죠, 단테.
Calm yourself, Dante. It's not right to ask a toddler to run when it is yet asked to take its first steps.
걸어볼 기회가 있다면
You'll need every opportunity to try and walk before you're made to run. Furthermore, Dante,
당신은 관리자.
as the manager, it is your job to manage your staff.
나는
And I am the guide.
어디를 가고 어떻게 개척할지
I decide
내가
where we go and how we arrive there.
알겠습니까?
Do you get it?
더달지 말라고.
Don't argue with me. How am I not supposed to question a stranger who can't even hear me?
째깍거리긴 하는데
Are ticking. What did it say, Miss Faust?
별말 없었습니다.
Nothing much.
경정을 성대하기도 하는군.
Some verbose agreement it was. A nod should be enough to let me know you approve, Dante.
그럼 내피 출발하자.
Now, Mephi, off we go. Wahoo!
그런 기분이 어때?
How are you feeling, Card?
매우 신나.
Extreme
날아갈
excitement
것 같습니다.
as to walk on air, reports Charon.
좋아.
Good. So where are we going?
베르길리우스,
Well, I guess they'd like to know the destination. I believe I told you that already, Dante. But where are we going? With this eye, the bus started to rumble forward.
출발할게. 부릉부릉.
지역으로 출발하지.
Durante. Finally, the tutorial's over. Okay, this room I'm gonna go ahead and end it. That was an hour and a half tutorial, but we are going to, I guess, be playing a gacha game for a while, at least the story mode of it. So I'm just gonna end it here. If you guys want to see more, let me know. If you guys don't want to see me more, also let me know. But I'll see you guys next time. Later.